All right, DD India's Akshay Dongre has more information on this. He is joining us live from Delhi. Akshay, Israel has struck Iranian nuclear targets to block Tehran from developing atomic weapons. Tell us the extent of the damage and also the impact.
Well, the complete extent of damage will, take some time to be gathered and compiled. But it seems this is quite a massive strike against Iran that has been, but that was being contemplated by the Israeli Defense Forces as well as the Israeli government. We have seen the precursor to these kind of attacks earlier when both the countries exchanged missiles. We also have seen the kind of action that has been taken by Israel as, in Gaza, in Lebanon, and against operatives of Hamas and other operatives that are fighting against Israel. So this action has been there in the waiting, and now what we are reporting is that it seems that almost a full-blown conflict has started between the two, with Israel striking several nuclear facilities as well as military installations inside Iran. So now this is in fact a very, very classic tactic of Israel, Abhishek, because earlier when the Six-Day War broke out between Arabian countries and Israel some 50 years back, this was the kind of action that was taken by Israel, that you strike first, disable the ability of the adversary to strike back, and then you maintain a dominance as far as your armed forces are concerned. So clearly that was replicated here as well. And the kind of preventive measure as well as preemptive action that has been taken by the Israel Defense Forces has not only resulted in several of top military leaders of Iran being killed, but also scientists who are working on nuclear facilities inside Iran.
Hit first and hit hard, that's the policy Israel follows. But Akshay, US has also issued a statement saying we are not involved in strikes. How do we see the statement of US Secretary of State Marco Rubio saying that Iran should not target US interest or personnel?
Well, Abhishek, as per our assessment, this seems like a very balanced statement coming in. So it is in three parts. So first is that you are denying that you had no role to play in it, so that your assets cannot be targeted. Second part of this statement is that is the warning that is being given to Iran, that do not target US personnel or US forces. We were not involved in this unilateral action by Israel. And the third one is also, in a way cover up for Israel, that Israel had informed the US that it was an existential threat to the country, and that is why attack has been carried out by Israel. So in a way, legitimizing the attack that has been carried out by the Israeli forces against Iran. So as far as US involvement is concerned, it's not there right now immediately. But the statement that says that do not target any US personnel. So while the US and Israeli military work in very close coordination, if there is an attack carried out by Iran, distinguish between the US or the Israeli force, and once any the US target is hit or US personnel is killed in action, then it gives the US a chance to rather get inside the conflict and say that yes, see, we stated that we were not part of this action. We also warned you, do not target our officials or personnel, but you did the same anyway. So now we have the right to strike you back as far as US is concerned. So it's a very, very complicated statement coming in from the US. It's denial and approval all at the same time. So it remains to be seen what ramification it will have as far as the conflict is concerned.
And Iran could also retaliate, and the strike has raised fears
of it is going to
further escalation. But Akshay, they are the most powerful militaries in the Middle East, isn't it?
Well, who are you referring to, Abhishek?
I'm both saying Iran and Israel, powerful militaries in the Middle East.
Absolutely. See, while Israel has the backing of US directly, and US is obviously the sole power as far as a net security provider is concerned to several of the Arabian countries, including Saudi Arabia, Qatar, Kuwait, and many others. Iran is also no weak player when it comes to the global security, especially in that particular region, providing a net security cover. It is allied with several of the countries like the Houthis in Yemen. Several of their armed militias are already operating in the region. But they are good friends with several of the countries who are against Israel. So this entire conflict is more dangerous, even than the kind of conflict that broke out between India and Pakistan, because both the countries have nuclear weapons, so there is a nuclear deterrence. So there is a limit to which one country can go when it comes to striking the other one. But sure, while it's not officially agreed by the Israeli government or the Israeli authorities, but Israel, according to many sources, has nuclear weapons in the region. So the balance of power is heavily tilted in Israel's direction, because it also has support of the US. Many of the countries there will not say anything to Israel because of the US. So Iran will have a tough fight as far as Israel is concerned, especially given the fact that they have already carried out preemptive action in the region.
All right, Akshay, we'll leave it at that. Thank you for getting us the latest on this story.